Good morning and good afternoon to all of you joining us here in person and around the world. I'm Jonathan Panikoff, the director of the Scowcroft Middle East Security Initiative at the Atlantic Council. And this morning, it is my distinct honor and privilege to have the opportunity to introduce the chairman of the Libyan National Oil Corporation, Farhat Bengdara. Mr. Chairman.
Welcome, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, a good morning to each of you. Thank you for your presence today. We gather here to commemorate a pivotal moment in the history of the Libyan National Oil Corporation as we unveil our groundbreaking sustainability strategy. Before we delve into the details of our forward-thinking approach, let me offer a brief overview of the Libyan National Oil Corporation, LNOC. LNOC, established in 1970, LNOC was created with a mission to bolster the national economy by developing and harnessing oil reserves. With a rich history of exploration, innovation, and collaboration, the LNOC stands as a beacon in Libya's dynamic energy landscape, steering the nation's progress and prosperity. As of today, Libya proudly holds the 16th position globally in oil production, ranking second in Africa and boasting the 9 largest proven reserves worldwide. Entering a new era, the LNOC is poised to redefine its outlook and strategy, aligning with the evolving global macro trends shaping an increasingly dynamic energy sector. In this vein, it gives me great pleasure to announce the Think Tomorrow initiative. This strategy is not just a commitment, it's a resounding statement about our dedication to sustainable development, environmental stewardship, and embracing diversified energy sources in Libya. Standing here at COP28, amidst global leaders and influencers committed to addressing the urgent challenges of climate change, we seek to assert our role as thoughtful leaders in this vital conversation. The Think Tomorrow initiative is our pledge to move beyond traditional oil-centric operations, aligning ourselves with the global shift towards sustainable practices. In the face of global climate change and the imperative of an energy transition, LNOC acknowledges its responsibility to contribute to a resilient and sustainable future. Our vision extends beyond oil and gas production. It's about unlocking the potential for positive change for Libya, our industry, and the global community. A cornerstone of our sustainability strategy is achieving near zero gas flaring by 2030. We are firmly committed to an ambitious 83% reduction in gas flaring by 2030. This commitment involves collaborative efforts from 9 oil subsidiaries and strategic partnerships, including collaboration with the United Nations Development Programme and support from the National Unity Government of Libya. By investing in gas capture technologies, robust infrastructure, and sustainable practice, LNOC aims to lead the change in reducing our environmental footprint. Furthermore, We aim to play an active role in remediating waste oil and water in Libya, forging partnerships with recovery and sustainable energy companies. Our focus extends beyond mere cleanup efforts to repurposing waste and valuable products, showcasing our commitment to innovative solutions and responsible practices. Strategically positioning ourselves to harness Libya's strength in solar, wind, and geothermal energy is another pivotal aspect of our plan. With a commitment to seamlessly integrating renewable sources, we aim to reduce dependence on traditional power sources. Through infrastructure development, clean technologies, and comprehensive monitoring, we will actively champion clean energy integration and sustainability. In line with our environmental commitment, ENLOC plans to plant 1 million trees between 2023 and 2025. The collaborative effort aims to contribute to a greener and more sustainable future, reflecting our dedication to environmental stewardship and community engagement. To realize these ambitions, we recognize the need for partners both locally and internationally. We have taken proactive steps to forge international partnerships, maximizing mutually advantageous opportunity. Moreover, we have formulated comprehensive ESG strategies that serve as guiding light. As we move forward, we extend a warm invitation to the oil and gas fraternity to join hands with us and support us in our journey towards a new era. Let's embark on this transformative journey together, because the power of potential lies in thinking tomorrow today. Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the launch of the initiative. We'll do a couple questions, and I know our audience may have some questions as well. I'd like to start, if I could, by asking very simply, why at this time is this the right time for the Libyan National Oil Corporation to launch the Think Tomorrow initiative? What is it that's driving you to focus on reducing emissions management, reducing gas flaring into your business practices now?
I think it's should be the responsibility of everybody is to protect the environment. We see we lose lives, and the change in climate is changing our global and our Earth. So everybody has to be responsible and act responsibly to this climate change. And this is why we want to embrace on this initiative and committed to these goals I just mentioned.
How do you expect that this initiative and these efforts are likely to drive the corporation's success in the coming years?
Well, it's not an easy challenge, very challenging ambitions, but we have, I think we have in Libya a competitive advantage in producing energy from alternative sources like solar, wind, and waves and thermal energy. However, we cannot, we have to have a strategy for cleaner energy, but we don't want to make it difficult for countries who depend on us on providing energy or providing the traditional energy on very high prices or very high costs. So we have to balance between that, but that's go gradually with our ambitions.
You talked in your speech a little bit about international partners. How do you envision collaborating with international oil companies, particularly in your drive to lower emissions from your operations?
What we see in Libya, we see that all oil companies are committed to climate change and producing with less and less harm to environment. We have a mega project with ENI for reducing gas flaring. It's about over $1 billion USD project. It's already launched. That cuts about 30% of the flaring in Libya. And we're doing the same with other partners. So our partners are committed and cooperative reducing in decarbonization strategies.
Talking about partnerships and investment, you've mentioned before the need for a substantial budget increase for Libya's output to get to 2 million barrels per day. I think you had said a $17 billion budget is really what's required to make this happen. How does this help advance it? In other words, moving toward renewables, trying to diversify historically what the Libyan National Oil Corporation has been focused on. How does this help advance that cause in your mind?
Today, if you look at renewables, they contribute something around between 11 to 12% of the world energy. So we can increase both sides. And at a certain point of time, we have to, gradually decrease the traditional energy sources, locally and internationally. So it's like a curve. One goes up and one goes down. But you have to balance that curve.
I appreciate that. I've got one more question, and then open it up to the audience for folks who have questions as well. Let me just ask, given the global movement towards sustainable climate...
Close the door for the noise, please. Thank you.
It's a little, yeah, it is hard. We have to close the roof, too.
Oh, yeah.
Given the global movement for sustainable climate solutions, the Think Tomorrow initiative is clearly providing a new strategic direction for you all that includes a focus on alternatives. What role do you think renewables are going to play in the next decade and 2 decades for the Libyan National Oil Corporation and for Libya more broadly?
Well, the Libyan government had very big ambitions to produce renewables because of the location and because of the that we have the 3 means to produce renewables: sun, so we can produce effective solar energy, and also waves because we have a long coast, about 2,000 kilometers on the Mediterranean, and also wind. So, and technology today permits to export even renewables to our next door, which is Europe. So one of the country initiative is to export renewable energy to Europe. And this is, we have a competitive advantage and we can produce it with low cost. Our engineers are thinking about hybrid models, which is where you can, cut a lot of costs to diversify between different sources of producing energy. And we signed many agreements with international renewable energy companies, and we're following that.
Excellent. Let me turn to the audience for anybody who has any questions. There's one immediately in the back. Yes, sir.
Hello, yes. Mabruk, Said Farhat. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Salah Jafar. I am the CEO of ESGmena.com, the first and only ESG knowledge hub in the MENA region. We know Libya well. In terms of knowledge sharing, to apply the strategy that you just outlined, What are you doing in terms of empowering capacity building for the teams on the ground to apply the strategy, to implement the strategy? It's all about implementation. A great presentation, Mabruk, no doubt. But what about implementation? What are the means for building capacity of Libyans on the ground in Libya? And what's your implementation strategy? It's quite a complex exercise, as you know. Thank you.
Yes, we with our partners, we have a comprehensive program to implement this strategy, including building capacity, training people, attracting international companies to support our initiative. And this is, we cannot go on the details on the strategy. That would take a lot of time. But this is just, we are speaking about the aims, but the implementation, we are taking care of it.
Other questions from our audience, please. Sir?
Congratulations, Mr. Farhat, for this very impressive announcement. I wanted to ask you, of course, we are proud collaborators with the NOC, but I wanted to ask you about your opinion on the use of new technology to achieve these objectives. How do you see the collaboration, and how do you see the new business models that will enable and accelerate this very impressive strategy?
Yes, of course. Again, today we benefit from the new technologies, and the world has been gone through a good journey towards producing renewables with effective costs, and it can be delivered to and distributed effectively as well. So we are looking at different models of business models, some of them in partnership and some of them entirely by NOC and the Libyan state. Thank you.
I think we've got time for one more question. Ma'am, please.
Hello. My name is Ellen Fleiter, and I'm from Italy. I have a startup. I'm a co-founder of a startup in Italy that's been elected this year one of the 10 best green tech companies in Italy. And
I can't hear you, sorry.
okay, is this better?
Old, I think.
Okay. So I said that I'm from a company in Italy, a startup company that's one of the 10 best green tech companies in Italy. And winning this award has meant that we've now joining Eni and Italgas as partner for our solution, which is AI on industrial pumps that cut down the electric consumption. I was wondering if Libya also have some strategy for startups as we have in Europe. In Europe, there's now been knowledge that startup is bringing innovation to a new level. Does Libya have any hubs or any startup programs?
Did I hear it correct? Are you talking about solar or others? Because I don't hear quite.
We have an art.
I'll give this to Dr. Khal to answer the question.
You heard it.
We are big believer of a startup community, and in fact, the NOC just launched the Energy Tech Initiative, which is to work with Libyan startups to adopt technology for the energy sector in Libya. We are actually in the middle of it right now. You'll hear more about it soon. But yeah, we'd love to hear more from you. And startup is a big force of change. Yes, we believe in that. Yeah.
No vague promises.
So our date, end of January, we are having our hackathon session to select the participant who will go with us in the accelerator program.
Well, I think we've just seen a good sense of where your success may come from in collaboration. Clearly is an opportunity. I think we've run out of time, but Mr. Chairman, our sincere congratulations on the Think Tomorrow initiative. We're incredibly excited to see where it leads for you, for the corporation, for all of the Libyan people. Thank you so much for joining us. Ladies and gentlemen, a hand please for the chairman of the Libyan National Oil Corporation.
Thank you.
Farhat Bengdara.
Thank you.
Thank you.